Oh.
Who's gonna be the difference maker? Loki coming up on ult.
Invisible boundary. Both sides.
Arsenal's about to get mind control. He's gonna kick him off. He kicked him off. C9.
No. You guys pulled envious. Yeah, probably. I forgot what the website is. What is it, chat? It's like Soul something, no?
Emma Frost here for Luminosity. Decent amount of shielding, but it's going to be tough to break through these barriers. She does obviously get stronger over time as she's hitting those shields, so they do expect it to be mostly at about 100 charge, but still Luminosity need to find a way to get through this.
And NA is always
number of walls here that Spark Chief and of course Magneto can deploy. Aso is the one who's mostly just dealing with this frontline fight.
Bunch of group players in NA.
There we go, Wolverine going over the top there. Energy trying to get an assassination. It's Alfie getting dragged out.
That's a very, very big isolation. It's exactly what Flyquest wanted there, right? We played the long game because LG a little
I've never seen this guy
they
before.
test the point super aggressively with the
That's
Wolverine.
what his
healthy.
name is.
They haven't popped that pass.
I think we played ranked against him before.
So
Yeah, he like changed his name.
Flyquest,
yeah.
they find the isolation. They use that early jetpack that comes on out just for energy up in the air, way up in the air. And now LG looking to recontest here. Some ults building up for the squad, and really now it's just can they find an opening pick? Can
Best
they find
on Magneto, chat.
Always the question here when you walk into these fights where most squads have ults.
Here's Brady
Let's
looking
see
for
if he
opening.
hits some dunks
Supernova
here.
has been developed.
Sponsored.
Can't do a whole lot to really interact with them right now. Nice little shield thrown up there very quickly by Zelos. And here's the Supernova being thrown down. Brady trying to put some pressure. Vest getting close to a Meteor M though. Arso's taking a beating in the front line now as the invisible boundary comes down. And the Emma Frost is lucky to get out alive. It's a mess there, folks, but Brady's not being looked at right now and just gonna satisfy clearing out some of these low-key clones. Eventually dives down, gets rid of Adios. That's the first pick here for Luminosity NA. But as a Meteor M to go with, March of the
badly.
Sees Kubatastic playing back behind that pillar, but they get a lot of healing off that invisible boundary. Another one for Bread though. Crucially, Kubatastic brought down.
This might be a hashtag Flyquest destruction. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like Dreadhead is playing pretty well, bro.
That's definitely gonna do it there, but they had to invest a lot. I mean, so does
the 6D Dreadhead.
That's just
wants everyone to know Adios is very
handsome.
handsome.
I think
very
he's
platonic.
bench.
Let's go.
Adios is a sub.
Yeah,
okay.
You know what?
Great to know.
Maybe Lights doesn't play flame guy.
Yeah, he's probably not like.
Yeah.
Like,
The Adios guy plays like everything on this.
But we got energy on Wolves.
So I'm not really sure what.
Yeah, it's probably because they need to.
Adios taken out of the fight. That's the hella diff. Something that Flyquest are opting to bring here with energy being the one that is the difference, I guess, to the human.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense for Adios because Jeff is in meta too. So like Flyquest can go either way. You know what I mean? Like if the cap shit goes in, then he plays Jeff. And then if the other shit goes in, he plays flame guy.
Hoping to get some poke out.
Thanema.
Kubatastic sending out those.
Thanema is that made by AI or what? Or
Definitely not.
Black. Yeah, he just
That's just tough.
We're gonna have our Predator's
way
ultimate
too
now
fly,
being drawn out. Goddess of Death, I'm hearing it being popped here. Also, Psionic Seduction has to be respected by Vez. They can screen up, they can back away, and they can avoid being drawn in. But Brady, not nearly as lucky.
You gotta fix the remix one, bro. You gotta make the remix one all black and white.
They are uncontested above
That
this
remix
fight.
one is legit
Should put
dog
Flyquest
shit,
back
kid.
in the game, and crucially Avast, do so without them having to spend more than an invisible boundary. But
Oh my! You thought it was the movie, Logan movie.
He had to pick on Alfie, but March was waiting.
Wait, hold on. This might be a close game.
On Twitter, Light said he's traveling and won't play this series. Oh, Light is in Cancun. Wait, oh my god, remix ult. Remix Groot ult.
That is actually a remix ult.
Invis shield ulted.
Combo here for Flyquest. Can they make it work? Nobody dropping to that very powerful ultimate combo. Alfie eventually goes down. March
Wait, this is winnable.
No, remix is definitely coming. I force hello. Like there.
Yeah.
I force hello. I force hello.
They get to 99, but Luminosity now get their time.
Wait, chat.
Any human torch there for LG, that's a lot of damage off the field, and now Flyquest, they can try to make the most of it. Just play these off angles, use their superior damage, as they are going to have the boundary. The visible boundary up here for Zelos.
The first pick, Energy switched over to the Hela. Instantly took Brady out of the game. Here comes Spark Chief now, able to bully his way forward. Alfie, nothing to do, and no chance to respawn with a portal available. Flyquest could put under
wait, what? Wait.
And here comes Brady, nice and healthy.
Wait a minute.
Supernova popped now, turning to the point. Is Vest,
Wait,
where's the healing for them?
Wait.
Try and find a way into this
Wait,
not so healthy.
Wait,
back by the
Should we secure or no?
Have pole position on this point.
Wait, it's not over. It's not over. It's not over.
For the round to end for Flyquest.
No, it's not over.
Sparkcheif trying to keep them alive and getting plenty of healing. Sees that Emma Frost in the front line and needs to respect.
Who's gonna be the difference maker? Loki coming up on ult.
Invisible boundary. Both sides.
Arsenal's about to get mind control. He's gonna kick him off. He kicked him off. C9.
No. These guys pulled envy us.
And a really just trying to play around these angles, try to save some walls up, knowing that they don't have strategy just available. Instead, look like they want to open with a supernova.
There's the seduction that comes out. Nice ironwood wall there, thrown up by Sparkcheif. Is able to protect most of Flyquest from the seduction, but Sparkcheif himself does get drawn forward here.
Mag one
Getting
dead.
a little bit ugly in the front line there for Arso. They go low, and they won't be allowed to walk away. Adios.
Wait, no. Wait, what was that ult by?
Removes it from the fight. A very quick Galactic Legend developed here by March.
Oh, they tapped and they ulted badly. This is
Flyquest is panicking.
Strangling prison though is thrown in.
Oh my god!
No,
it's GG. No, it's GG. It's GG.
No,
it's
Flyquest
1-0.
is panicking.
No, these guys are nervous. No, it's Valentina Eve's aura in the server.
Flyquest is panicking without light.
Amidst their own fire tornadoes.
No, Flyquest is panicking without light. No.
Flyquest
is panicking without light.
Wait, are they banned? You guys gonna be on land with that shit? Yeah. The 6'3" dreadhead on land.
Themselves out onto the point after a long hibernation. They need to get back in this
Someone's
fight.
like the 5'4" Indian.
Ready here for Luminosity. Flyquest used both of those in the previous fight. And energy
So no one knows what he is. I fucking he's a 6'2" fucking Asian guy.
Pretty uncomfortable.
No one knows what he is.
Going very low and desperately
I want to be the nonchalant dreadhead. No, I want to be the nonchalant dreadhead.
Dance the contact lens. Get the healing that
Oi.
they need.
Okay,
ultimately gets brought down. Now this is strangling prison, and it's just as well because Flyquest needs to make a
Himzo or
play.
Remix incoming?
Himzo or Remix? Himzo or Remix?
It's
gonna be.
They find that pick off the force physics.
Remix all stat by the way, like just for stats.
No,
you know what I mean?
100,000%.
Fucking I'm all things. Like one.
I got three. Like you know.
I got three. Massive. We already won the fight and shit.
Very late stagger here.
Legit playing for highlights.
Or paradox, I should say, not paradoxical.
Was there a supernova there from Brady?
Oh,
They saw him.
Gonna have to be built up again for the next fight. There it is, strangling prison, big one thrown up. Thorn Lashwall's getting in there, but Sparkcheif takes a bit more damage than the other one was expected. Here's a psionic seduction.
Slow down, guys. Let Valentina heal you.
Supernovas, though, they've laid down to try and have a strong fight in these close quarters. And
Flyquest.
damage for Adios isn't going to be enough. Galactic Legend means that Human Torch is such an easy target for March to bring down. Beautiful stuff there with the Star Lord and Luminosity.
Flyquest is fucking
They need to find something.
What?
Flyquest. Yeah.
Sparkcheif trying to corral these aggressive
Whoa, Sparkcheif. What? This guy almost got left back and spawned.
GG.
Now that invisible woman ultimate is
Frog holding sign.
It might not be quick enough.
There's a new challenger in NA.
Has a final stand here.
Unless.
Is there a decent way to make use of it?
Oh.
No, go for
Wait.
the group. Don't quite
This guy just like accidentally got one. What the fuck was that?
Dragged down finally in the front line. That regenerative domain a little bit too late to protect against this Wolverine's foray in. So it's a 5v5. Sparkcheif going to return to the fight here on the Venom. Apparently, the energy is just trying to find as much chunk damage as they can.
Wait.
But that was beautiful done. Nice human
play. Let's go. Character that can't fucking go back up.
Yeah, it's over. Just walk through hours.
GG. Emor Mag is GG.
Clear through this stuff. Aso getting battered a little bit in the front line here. Now Sparkcheif down. Spotted out by Luminosity. They found an opening. Energy, though, at least actually finds a really important target. The Invisible Woman's taken out of the game, but we already have a god of mischief here being made use of. We'll see what the switch is going to be for that. As Alfie looks to
Why are we spectating a group right now? Does the camera guy fall asleep?
So
Put on the DPS. There's a hella in
camera guy with
them. If you get hooked in, there's just not going to be a lot of options.
Did we spectate Valentina or retweet?
Made their way on back. As the poking's going to continue. The poking will continue until morale improves. And I imagine we're just going to be waiting to see for another pick, wait for maybe 6 ults to come on board.
What happened to Light? He's in Cancun, bro. He's not. I think he might be at this college land. I'm not sure.
Now sees that regeneration domain being used, and it's time to throw some fire tornadoes into the game.
Holy, what is going on?
LG. Can they stave it up?
No one knows.
What the fuck is happening on our screen balls right now?
This is going to hold the attackers at bay, and also realizes there's just not a whole lot more to do here.
Dragon Ball Z.
Gonna stick around, maybe hope to try and pick off energy here. Another of the duelists, but an Astron Crow will get them away.
This is not looking good for Luminosity right now. Chat.
Maybe get the pick, hopefully build up their economy without losing too many more fights.
Look at the healing resources being stretched so thin though for the defenders. Brady thinks there's an opportunity to go in here. He wasn't quite correct, though. Going to make use of that team up for that extra over shield.
What are these guys doing?
Death coming out. Spark Chief surges forward. Found March. The Hella is now gone for Luminosity, which means also no easy ways to get Paradox back into the game either. Following it up with a Human Torch pick, and there it is finally. Starting to see what Flyquest are capable of. The Hella gameplay is
and Valentina staggering badly.
Yeah, as an Adios, obviously. I mean, I understand the glaze. Adios.
Sick incoming chat. Can I get a pre-classic in the chat?
Classic.
Pre-classic in the chat. Ducks with a suit on.
Gonna be there. Team up helps Redhead stay alive, and Invisible Boundary comes down to further protect Luminosity. But they've burned so many key ultimates now. It's time for Flyquest to send some of their own back. Zelos and Cooper both can layer those Invisible Woman ultimates, and March got brought down by Adios, who seemed very, very good in these large-scale fights.
The classic.
Oh my god.
The Franz Ferdinand of this fight, honestly, they kind of started it all off. They are now out of the mix.
Oh my god, it's happening.
The support ultimates are gone.
Oh my god.
Strategist healing at their disposal, but the attackers have also lost their group. Mere seconds.
Nice, man.
It looks like Luminosity are in position to extend the map.
Wow, Franz Ferdinand is, that's a crazy one.
Go, Valentina. Let's go.
So much as everyone comes back in.
Valentina with the B.
Yeah.
No need to expose himself to energy sightlines at the moment, which much of that high ground already being taken down. Alfie, though, can't hold up against the scrutiny of the Heller, apparently.
No more lies. Don't piss me off.
Human Torch duel. Also getting knocked around. There was no chance they'd be allowed to escape. Vest gets it done with a good old Diamond Fist.
Marsh thought he was fucking me on Ella.
Like a bait and overextension.
Oh my.
Oh my.
We're getting caught out. That is some sharp shooting.
That is a really good Guardian shield there as well from Valentina. So now LG get to walk back in. They're going to be sending March to the flank. Just to open up here a bit with the poke, knowing there's not going to be energy there to contest them quite
hit on
much.
Badly, kid.
And LG, they need to walk forward. They need to make sure to use this space, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, no way Spark Chief is going to survive there.
This guy just died.
Supernova plumes were all around him.
Oh, fun.
Here we go, got a mischief here.
God, 6-3 Dread.
And it's going to be Cooper going for an invisible boundary now. Once again, energy strikes. Flyquest getting max value out of their Hella so far in this game. It almost had them a stop in that first checkpoint. But Luminosity, at least trying to negotiate rather from a position.
They gotta hit this skin, bro.
If they can.
It's literally playing like a whole piano song.
Like every
that's not annoying. Yeah, every click is a piano.
No, I actually like fuck with that skin. Every time I like copy invis and like someone plays with that skin, I get the skin. And then when I play like like that shit fire.
In the chat, spammed in Jay's chat till he gets pissed off. So it's just the bright, legit EDM colors in there.
Here's the Supernova, strangling prison. Apparently, Vest's the only one caught there. And a hasty invisible boundary thrown up to make it harder for Brady to find those kills. In fact, his energy from under the cloak of the invisible woman.
Literally not a single person typed it.
And Flyquest finally getting back onto the front foot here. Reestablish themselves with about 45 seconds to play.
They had the combo. They did have that
really,
really powerful combination there, but the problem is they just didn't bait any. The cooldowns out earlier, they didn't have any setup. They were just hoping they could burst them through. Pretty just grug brain, I think, in my opinion. Just hoping to just burst through. Just
wait, are we about to get a 3 times classic right here, Jay? An El Clasico?
It's classic.
This might be a GG.
Into the lineup of Luminosity, almost got taken down. Here's a prison, this time from Luminosity. Supernova combo had to be there, but March falls.
I'm on my classic phase.
Yet another key pick. It's the Loki going down. The Loki with ultimate available.
I'm in my duck smoking cigar phase.
Well done by Flyquest to take that early fight there. No?
And I said it before the match even started. I was like, people were like, oh, maybe light. No, it's energy. Energy. They have been
all the whole south.
You know what I mean? You're still not understanding.
On the flank.
No. Okay.
Like in the map in general.
Trying to trend back a little bit here now. Shield thrown up, make that space.
Like,
nice little choke slam on the
who has the advantage now?
In this entire map now?
Yeah, you think it's 50-50? Not in these teams specifically.
No, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
In the front line, so Emma Frost battle won by Flyquest, and they're going to
like, let's say 100 Thieves is playing set.
Like,
who would be favored in this situation?
Dreadhead is still hoping
to
have impact with his Supernovas, but there's not really anything to force Flyquest to cook.
No, the attack team
might not have been the best use of that ultimate, but was hoping to try and salvage.
So, like, if Sen was like 100 Thieves Flyquest right now, they would be favored.
There's still a fight to be had for the defenders.
And what looked to be so great there for Flyquest. Now LG, they make the recontest happen. They have to have some picks here because Sparktree coming on back.
What? Patrick Star brain melting picture.
I think so.
Indie fucking brain turning gears.
This map is cancer to cap. You know what I mean?
Don't have an ad open on the other screen.
So okay, so you're saying the defense team right now is your favorite? The team on defense right now?
No.
I will say
You just said it's cancer to fucking
yeah, but I'm saying like the attack team holding is now in an advantage because they held.
Yeah, so the defense team right now.
No, Flyquest is attacking now.
Yeah, so Luminosity is favored. Because they just held.
No, because Flyquest held, so like... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Are you retarded? The Flyquest is pushing right now, no?
Yeah, so like they're favored, you know what I mean? Because like they held.
And Energy worried if does Flyquest go early here? Do they force out?
No, you're retarded. Patrick with the gears turning in his head.
I'm talking about like this game, you know what I mean? Are you asking if the map is defense or attack sided?
No, you're
Ready forced to drop down now, is able to get rid of Cooper. Supernovas are absolutely churning through Flyquest.
Can we get a dent in this chat, bro?
The map of us to be able to bring them to a screeching halt right on this corner.
Yeah, if you can fight them on this corner here, and they're getting the late stagger, Zelos just gonna burn to slowly in the blazing blast. And so that's exactly what you...
Archie still a ways off Supernova, but we have a goddess of death coming out. March with the later use of that, so they can obviously burst the enemy Hela down, knock her out, and then find that extra damage. Beautiful. Valentina, though, did fall. So Luminosity are missing a key piece here. One that has the only strategist ultimate at their disposal. March just gets caught in the royal of Flyquest players, and this is a little bit dangerous now. You can see Arso trying to jockey backwards a little bit now, even with that psionic seduction. I also want to get over aggressive here.
These guys are actually fucking throwing.
Force physics used to try and pull the Emma Frost out there. Walls being broken down now. And it's about to get messy. Here comes that invisible bounce now, thrown down by Cooper. It's a copied one. Valentina Eve also.
Whoa.
What?
Where's that guy
playing? He just died through his hole?
Wait, but he's playing their spawn
Oh,
though.
the find there into Cooper Task.
Wait, they should have won that. Like you think like...
I think it's dead even, 50-50.
Yeah.
Like maybe slightly favored to Flyquest, not Luminosity.
Yeah.
Because like they only got a halfway to third. But it's like hard to cap this map and then like first one section and third.
This time Valentina has that one at the ready. Just a matter of keeping Alfie topped up and bleed this clock further. We're down to 40 seconds left. Might be a boundary here now.
Whoa. Wait, how are people dying through this hole? It almost looks like it's not even like healing.
Defenders in a bit of a rough spot now, and Valentina still confident enough though.
Can we get a frog holding sign here or no? Is it even possible? This guy had to go Venom.
And these
are we getting a classic or no?
Crazy ass flank right here.
No, they should win.
Oh my god! Wait, March is running it down.
They have way too many ults. They have way too many ults.
They got it. Wait, you saw that?
Should we kill that guy?
What was that? With Gilderbrew alone.
Cooper's able to throw down a copy of Invisible
Zena. Oh, wait. Oh my god.
Oh, now it's like favorite flag. But actually, it's 50-50 still.
Energy can't do more.
Because it's like last fight basically.
Stand out.
What happened to Energy?
I think LG wins this. If they play it right.
And blow up the Hela and then do the damage.
GG.
Very good looks here for Flyquest. What an opener. Arso down on the front line.
But it's not last fight though.
Down as time went on in March. Desperately trying to get some advantage back, but
actually, if they like keep staggering, it's last fight. They have to push forward. Oh wait.
Their reign of terror brought to an end. Brady trying to drop down, add some damage to the mix. Flyquest looking extremely
we're going into classic territory
right here. It is last fight.
They can't lose anyone right now. They cannot lose anyone right now. That's exactly what could not happen.
Walk forward.
They don't have enough health to stay in this fight. They need to back up, and they have to once again be worried about getting some limbs because we're in a last fight territory here, Mitch. They are gonna have the strengthening prison. They're not gonna have the combo available for that. But for LG, they committed to that fight so heavily.
No, is this a classic?
There's nothing left in the bank.
Is it classic right here? Now Flyquest has every ult, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, they need to get this. They need to get this Loki off top left. badly.
This is actually a class C. Flyquest won this fight for sure.
Here's the seduction though. Immediately, Adios
It'd be like insane if they threw it.
Yeah, like an envy, like
envy
a second point.
No, GG.
These guys just class C twice in a row.
No way, bro. This map is literally made for the classic emote. Even in EU, they were classicing the whole time. What? Why did Alfie just wait for KD?
No, that's actually sad.
Al, you thought I was Harden, chat?
When you don't have a very beefy front line.
You guys thought it was Harden and Curry. Oh, Energy has he has abilities on his keyboard. Chat, are you guys taking that? Yes or no? Are you guys taking that deal?
No warning either. That's dirty.
You guys think you can make 2 half-court shots in the NBA? On a playoff game?
The double jump from your little rocket raccoon, which definitely needs to be mentioned because we have a Punisher here that is empowered with infinite ammunition, and it's definitely a natural answer to the Iron Man. Flyquest find that one on elimination, but March is going to be 3D printed back into the game.
They're all fucking
Still no capture, but Flyquest make it close and for just a second.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not a fair comparison.
The question is like way different if you have like, say you have 50 mil or something, like it's way different. It's like, wait, nah, we should just like keep our money.
You're not taking that. Yeah, 1000% you're not.
Okay, there it is. Invisible pulse cannon.
But if you have like 5K or something like that, no brainer.
Had their ultimate on line, if I'm not mistaken. That was being used as we spoke.
Pull up and start lobbing him from afterwards.
Getting some serious work done. Also, once more, has been able to flatten the Hella. This is a big problem, obviously, for Hella to deal with. Only the first time Energy already has got dragged over the coals by the cap in this game.
The Iron Man.
Not able to do a whole lot with the fact that they don't have a cap.
It's Iron Man against
and I do think
Punisher Raccoon.
Because when you have this really strong front line here, the angles for the Hella, if you're having an Iron Man, if you're having a counter Hella to deal with, you're not getting free reign to walk around, right? Like you're really just not. So for right now, for LG, they just need to find some options to put their duelists onto these flanks a little bit more effectively.
Jeez, Bakshi got forced into an early ultimate there, but they do again catch the Punisher out once more. He'll have to be brought back into the game with a BRB. Here's the goddess of death. If you blink and you miss it. March not able to get too much done in that one, but Adios does eventually fall. There's Energy though. Hella diff continuing to be reinforced now as Flyquest get to 60%, and it's gonna get worse for Luminosity. They have struggled to get a foothold here on Spaceport.
And I mean, honestly, right now, I mean, we don't get to see the Gorsh, but we just get to see the Groot in general, and having the sustained.
The strategist Paradox obviously has a damage boost instead, so doesn't quite give them the staying power on the point that they'd like to have. And here comes Dreadhead, ultimate at the ready, and no idea what he's shooting at. He's just hoping it's going to do a little bit of damage. Pops himself up, Unibeam from Adios cut short as March cuts their life short in turn. Dropping down now on Luminosity. Surely a key opening, but a lot of ultimates at the ready for Flyquest. And Arso's been taken down, so there's the backline pressure out of the picture. Now, if you're Energy, you've got a little bit more work with it to maneuver in.
2024 Cal, you mean?
March gets in from God knows where, and Paradox got caught a little bit too close to the sun there as the Frost is able to bring him down. Player advantage here for Flyquest now. Goddess of Death being shut down by March. They don't have theirs available, so they'll shut Energy down if they can, but not before. The Punisher gets taken out of the game. Squeaky clean performance there from Flyquest. Great start to take Spaceport. Chief, Adios finds the skybox all too easily now, as clearly they drew some eyes from across the map. Nice finish up there on Dreadhead. Not much they can do about it here, Adios.
What the
fuck
is
just a solo strangling prison on Brady. They just, Spark Chief just walked up top and solo strangling prison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, endgame
took
years to set up with all those Avenger movies, you know? It's like,
will
Marvel ever have another thing where it's like people care about the Avengers? You know what I mean?
Well, they all said it.
Or it's like, will it still be the Avengers chat, that Doomsday shit?
Room here for the Iron Man to like sit up on the high ground on the like, you know, the opponent's side of the map and be hard. Like, there's no easy sight line there to pick them off, and you've got to push against the Iron Man inside these close quarters, which are often shielded off. There's an invincible pulse cannon.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think like besides the X-Men, like I don't think anyone's gonna like care about anybody else.
Massive.
You know what I mean?
She's out of the game. Paradox doesn't have another strategist on to copy.
He's just waiting platonically. He's waiting platonically here, Uber. I mean, there it is. He's done it. It's over.
I mean, it was pretty darn good. Getting rid of Alfie too. A taste of his own medicine. Burst damage on the Magneto. Love to see it.
Easy inroads right now when they're playing this kind of slow composition.
Yeah, Flyquest happy to sort of now ease into a more glacial pace in this phase of the game. Energy got picked off though, so somehow was able to find their way into the backline, which is surprising considering he's big brolic and blue. But the cap gets there. Big pick off. Adios and Coopertastic soon to fall. Finally, Luminosity get their window.
Damn.
And they get their time out. The sun here on Warrior Falls.
Can we fucking bring this back and make it a close game?
1% for
We're gonna get our back
fight
on my screen.
God knows where March is, and you best believe they're looking straight at the Iron Man. There's no safe way as well to make use of this invincible pulse cannon right now, and Zelos randomly just dies. Yep, picked off as a knife finds him right in the chest.
And this is what you wanted. If you're LG, and we talked about it, March is a little quiet. Now March,
when you have control of point, it's a fat ult fight. It's perfect.
It's looking really good right now for LG.
Position of us. Now we have to ask ourselves if it was worth it. Oh, they're lined up for this. Okay. A lot of those are Loki clones, though. So the seduction here.
Oh, my.
People away, but Adios gets flattened by the meteor in midair. And my goodness, I can't believe we're
shit on that, kid.
Base type ult.
And he will go to town on them. Still good. Bucky, still good.
I mean, definitely. Especially with.
And I'll report back to you guys.
Do your cheese get sore? That's a real question.
I mean, that's a better question. And he's on a marching ban.
Bro's threading the needle with that one.
Yeah, he's insta-dized though for that.
I gotta poop bad, bro.
That's the definition of doing squats. March picked off at the start of this fight. Not the best start for Luminosity is Adios apparently.
I thought he was on Zarya.
Unthreatened as the fight breaks down.
Guardians 3 was actually good FTC. Oh.
Back though. Doesn't like what they saw. Already a rejuvenate.
I definitely did not watch it. No, I definitely didn't.
Very early in the fight to make use of that, but hey, it works. Energy, the right click on
I don't think he's familiar with that movie.
March went down to a Nastron Crowstorm explosion, a rare occurrence, and one that is the freest of free kills for the Hela.
What's the score on the Nick?
Why you don't see Winter Soldier used to try and counter out those flying setups.
Ooh.
Unfortunately for Luminosity, they've lost their Hela again. Energy finds the big pick off. Now Goddess of Death is available and harder to punish, and you showed that clone. Brady, you absolutely messed that clone up. I'm honestly quaking. I'm a little titillated by that. Again, clearing out his clones if he can, but oh, buddy, here comes the Frost to punish.
What, bro?
Every clone.
That is the order of the day, and they get their soul plucked out and eaten by Vess.
Pulse cannon coming up too.
Oh
my! No, this guy's been.
Wait, this Alfie guy is shitting on him.
Gets the dunk. Valentina gonna find another. And Luminosity, they should be getting the flip here. Yeah, that's definitely what they're going to be doing. And I mean, definitely not the most
like me out there, chat.
Crack and impact coming out there.
Go kill them all. Go kill them all.
Iron Man. And it's just hard.
Clean that up. Clean that up.
Against a comp like this that plays a little split, you can afford to play super split too. They'd save the regeneration domains.
Is this comebackable, chat? From 99-0?
99. I mean, they have.
Get out with Vess.
What?
They get chunked a little.
Why is Flyquest taking the whole map?
This damage. It's ready over the fight. I think spotted out by Adios as he tries to reposition now.
That is luck.
Getting on the board in a big way.
What a pick back. This is taking so long, this one fight.
Flyquest very, very, very low now with only Zelos to heal.
What is Vess doing? Look, this guy's on their team. Wait, kill this guy.
Wait.
Luka just got mind control.
Wait.
Trying to just get in their faces.
I mean, this is just a sack fight here for Flyquest, right? You don't have to commit much. You're trying to get ultimate. 5 ult versus 5 ult. This is about to be fucking Thanos fucking fight right here.
Now, I would love to see. I would just love to see Flyquest get it so we can just keep going for the map 5. Honestly, I just feel like we're.
He got it, but they didn't kill it. Wait.
Flyquest, honestly. They hire Rockies. I'm a big fan.
Ew!
The Dreadhead's flying away like he's in a movie.
Of this fight now is starting to have some impact.
What is happening? Did Flyquest really throw this?
Towards energy, and this is very, very dangerous for Flyquest. They at least have their strategists in play, and they do have an invisible boundary. But look at this damage. March is coming alive when it really matters.
Play aggressive now with that ult.
Used in a position where Flyquest can't contest that easily. They have to jump out of that healing radius to actually go after Luminosity.
Push that in. Someone go push that in, this lady.
A lot more breathing room. That was a response from Mark.
How is he there?
On the ground and have to get out of it, but a UV knocked him out of that form. But that's a big pick for Vess. There might be something here for Flyquest. A chance to get back into the game.
Lost.
Oh, and what an encirclement there from Flyquest. I mean, they kept the pressure there onto March to force the Goddess
No.
He's
gone!
He's been in it over and over again. However, might be too little too late because Energy's made it back on the Doctor Strange. There's going to be the Elims and Flyquest. I mean, what a good swap there.
Did his TP get canceled?
Wait, why didn't TP?
Did his TP get canceled?
And Luminosity now don't have an option to get in. They don't have a portal to advance, and it will be.
What happened?
Wait. Oh, it's on cooldown.
What a great.
What is that?
Wait, someone actually made it correct. Like skinny ass arms.
Did they chat GPT that?
That's why we kind of talked about maybe looking at the Magneto. Brady here. Controls the high ground pretty well.
It's like an old ass guy that's dying. It's not even
the most important part of things here. March is down, okay. But energy also falls. So now the Iron Man, though, for Flyquest gets to play that much more aggressive. Adios has a window here to really be a nuisance, really be a big part of these fights.
Which is still great for Flyquest because they control the point here.
It's like a browser add-on.
Gonna be zooming up. Early Galactic Legend just hoping to have something happen. Gonna be really just forcing out as, oh my god, the find on Arso.
Dreadhead here. That is a Galactic Legend, unfortunately, that is just no way to get value out of. Unibeam there will take him out of the game. Luminosity NA bundled out of that main area, now back over towards that spawn direction. And Flyquest here.
As they come back in here onto the point, trying to just make anything happen here, trying to take them off this corner, off this angle.
Oh god, there it is. Great rejuvenation.
Nah, this Flyquest massive.
There's Flyquest in that window where everybody from LG's looking at
ult there, by the way.
March and Arso
I got four.
Alfie amidst this mess, and now have a look at that. Pulse Cannon at the ready here for Adios. Could be devastating. All right, in they come once more. Luminosity. Oh, March again down. Energy I'm sorry, the gap is starting to look chasmous at the moment.
What is that FTC jab?
Alfie has to trend away, and Flyquest have no reason at all to think about these ultimates. They're
Suit
going
up
to build
for
up
the
6
turn?
of them now.
What am I, poor?
Luminosity.
Hell no.
Have theirs ready, but never have a chance to use them. It's always.
I mean, there's no strength in prison. Knowing you don't have to worry about that. Just like find someone isolated or force a strategy pretty early. And Valentina's dead off the.
Wait, these guys are getting pooped on.
March has to win this fight. Nobody else is dealing with the Hello. Also, maybe someone that could, answer that threat.
I don't think
March just doesn't look at these sidelines. They suck. They can barely see anything. March does not want to be looking at the front line, trying to get chip damage. They need to go after someone like Adios, who's just been untouched entirely. Whoa. He's a Galactic Legend. Is it going to be enough to get rid of the Iron Man? Now March apparently has a bit more room to come forward.
It's the Classic right here.
Now they just retreated to the corner. They just retreated to the corner here, and they have the ults late. They had to use them just to get to the point. So now March has made the backline, and they need to make something happen.
I mean, God, as a death feels like it's a bit of a panic button being hit by March. They drop down instantly, trying to get out with the crow form, force physics straight back into the mix of Flyquest players.
Wait, is this a class C?
This is sipping margaritas by the beach level chilling for Flyquest. Now, can they? Luminosity, that is. Find a way to remake the respect.
Let's ult.
He's using holding also next game, bro.
Devastating impact.
No. He went for it again.
No.
Terrible. Yeah, he needed all the hello.
Cooked, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, this is just
a complete Thanos holding that all game.
Disaster here for the competition, I think, and the offense in general.
Flyquest versus Sentinels in the final.
I
what are we thinking about that, chat?
The Captain America. I mean, Ready, just trying to contest, looking for right now, just getting shot, really, just getting shot repeatedly, and they're trying to just pressure Flyquest when the drop happens, and maybe they could get a
dancing on the point,
get someone with the leap. But so far,
I mean, what am I watching?
The dance party.
Happening with them?
They thought it was that one monkey level in Split Fiction, the dance off.
Oh, there it is. Oh no, Valentina, you just got grorched, and now Energy. They start to make their way across the map. Maybe look to take their hammer fight. Okay, March is going to float down. I think they realize the writing is probably on the wall at this point.
Yeah, Wolverine on defense there is
Luminosity
not good.
Vanquished. This Flyquest will get themselves a date with Sentinels, the final boss.
That wasn't good.
Just to show us
Posted on
how
Overwatch
far
TMZ,
they've
posted on
come as a
Marvel
team
TMZ, posted
in
on
this little
Facebook.
off period.
Space said that wasn't good.